Trent?
Okay.
Action!
Oh, my God. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of GQ Wrestling Podcast. I'm Justin. That's Garrett.
Are we not restarting?
Oh, we're on there. Oh, no. I'm just going to record that and cut that later. Because I'm just not going to do that. It's just easier. So, what we haven't
we
seen...
literally just had the... Well, obviously, on YouTube, you saw we had a full-blown phone conversation the first
like
7-ish minutes.
Give or take.
Of the actual podcast.
Give or take.
The audio side.
Yep. It's...
Incoherent psychobabble.
I'll edit it all. We're back!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 30-something.
Well, I'm pretty positive
of
it's
GQ,
33.
a wrestling podcast.
I'm pretty sure it's 33.
We've been gone for 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
We had a fucking
32.
snowpocalypse.
32.
He doesn't know how to count.
32.
We had a snowpocalypse.
We did.
I think snow total
25 inches.
In Des Moines, well, my house was like 23, 24 inches. Ames got like 30.
Yeah, I mean, they got dumped on pretty hard.
So yeah, it's been rough travel with the snow and the ice and people not knowing how to drive. Anyways,
yeah,
we are back.
Woo!
We're gonna.
Good Lord, I didn't realize how bright my shoes were.
Doing this podcast. It doesn't matter. You're colorblind. On Wednesday instead of Thursday this week, this guy is going to a concert. He's going to see Disturbed, Falling in Reverse, and Plush tomorrow night at the Wells Fargo Arena.
Yeah.
We haven't really talked about what we were going to do as far as content, but we're probably just going to ramble. Royal Rumble's coming up on Saturday.
Best thing is I got a lot of stuff to talk about.
Apparently he's got stuff to talk about.
Oh, you know me. I have.
Oh, I didn't know.
Oh, you didn't know?
No.
Oh, you didn't know? You didn't?
I do know that my fucking football team finally got a good head coach.
It took him...
Ladies and gentlemen, the Los Angeles Chargers hired Jim Harbaugh.
See, it's really funny. When that came across my phone, I called you and you didn't answer. And then I did text...
I was actually busy at that point.
I figured. And then when I texted you, I said, congratulations. And you, oh man, because we knew. That's the only one that was titillating enough for people to go and be like, oh my God, yeah.
Well, and he got the second interview.
Mm-hmm. He was the only one that got the second interview, too. They interviewed Dan Quinn. They interviewed RDC, and they apparently didn't mesh. The only one I think, if Dan left, he's going to go back to Seattle. He'll take the Seattle job.
I think that's probably going to be the front runner.
Yeah.
Probably in his mind, because he's literally walking back into the Pete Carroll system.
Yeah, and they won a Super Bowl. They went 2 Super Bowls together. So
and and Pete Carroll's still there.
Nope. He's a part of the operation, so he's not.
Right.
Yeah, he's still there.
He's part of like football operations or something like that.
Right.
But he's still there.
He's still there
in spirit.
Well, he's old, so he'll die. Well, with that being said, we start off the podcast like we always do. How have we been?
Horrible!
It's been 2 weeks of crazy. It's been 2 weeks of snow. It's been 2 weeks of just...
suck.
It has been. It's been slow at work. It's been rough. It's been cold. It's just been a miserable time.
Trying to catch up on parts deliveries that don't show up for 5 days.
Yo, we had...
5 work days.
5 work days. Not even the weekend doesn't even count at that point. We had 2 trucks in a matter of 10 days. Or we're not supposed to be having 10 trucks in 10 days. Yeah. It's been rough.
Well, we ended up going to Des Moines to Lanter to get shit.
I can't believe you guys actually did that. We didn't. Because we couldn't get a hold of anybody at Lanter to do it.
All of our wholesale customers were like, hey, where's our shit?
Well, I get that.
And we're like, in Des Moines.
Yeah, we told our customers the same thing. We said, here's our 2 options. We can't go to Kansas City to get our stuff. And whatever's in Des Moines, they won't let us go get because one of our trucks was in the ditch. Yeah. So literally one of our trucks had a gel issue with the diesel. So then they got that fixed, got it on the road, and then as in the middle of travel to get to us, somebody, quote unquote, nudged it to the side of the road, and it went straight into a ditch for 2 days. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, please.
Do you guys not have diesel treatment in your parts department?
We do.
Okay.
We do. Now Lantern Delivery, different story, because their diesel was gel.
Oh, that was their diesel.
It wasn't us. It was their diesel, not our diesel. We don't have any diesels that we use for our facilities.
Neither do we. We have an electric van.
So do we.
Fucking stupid.
We say the same thing. Literally, so we have our 2 regular vans that both of our main drivers
I don't even
use.
have a regular van. I have that tiny little
E-Transit
blue fucking Transit Connect that's got like 300,000 miles and it's on its 3rd trainee.
Oh, see, we have a brand new E-Transit.
Oh, we have that too.
We have a brand new E-Transit that is now turned into our go pick up stuff. So if we needed to go to Ames, we would send the E-Transit. It would take one drive and then we'd have to charge it back up.
Yeah.
On a good day, it gets like 130 miles.
When it's warm.
Our driver the other day, he said, I have 17 miles left. I need to go to Gavis and back. I won't put on the heat. I won't turn anything on. So he put on jackets and gloves and a hat, drove to Gavis, drove back, and he made it. It was close, but he made it. So let's just jump in for 2 weeks of stuff. A lot.
Feet first. Here we go.
A lot has happened in the world. In the world of free agency. So months ago, the big WWE cut. They cut all the big talent. They cut everybody that was not main event on the roster on a weekly basis. They cut the scrubs.
We talked about this.
We haven't because we were going to, and then a snowstorm happened.
Well, we talked about Dolph.
We talked about Dolph at New Japan,
yeah.
Not where he actually signed.
Oh, yeah, he's in TNA.
So Dolph Ziggler signed with TNA. Dana Brooke signed with TNA. Mustafa Ali is currently on the road trip.
He's in New Japan.
Well, he's in everywhere. He showed up at TNA. He showed up in MLW. He hasn't been to AEW. I don't think he ever will. He's in New Japan because he's doing all their little mini pay-per-views. There was a lot of stuff. Jungle Boy is in TNA.
No, you said that wrong.
Jack Perry is in TNA.
The scapegoat Jack Perry.
Oh, that's true. The scapegoat Jack Perry is in TNA.
What a fucking joke.
There was just a lot of free agency all at the very first TNA Impact pay-per-view since their new names.
AJ Francis is also in TNA.
So,
fun fact also about TNA, Trinity Fatu left.
She did because she's going to go back to WWE.
Yeah. Surprise entrance!
Yeah, I don't think anybody's going to be surprised to see a glowing woman show up. Honestly, I don't think so.
I'm sure we'll probably see Sasha too.
More than likely. I think we're going to see some names that we know are going to come back eventually. But 2 weeks ago was TNA's first
Hard to Kill
pay-per-view since the name change back to TNA, not just Impact Wrestling. And what I saw and what you saw, it was amazing. They had the X Factor match. I did see the X. I saw the X.
The X Division.
I saw it because they had the cross across the top and they had everything.
X Division.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It looked good. I liked it. I'm happy to see.
I wish they'd go back to the 6-headed ring.
I don't think they ever will. I think
the ropes are too tight.
I thought Kurt Angle even said the way it looked cool, but if you're bouncing off of it, it's like whipping your body into hard shape, and you actually get hurt quicker that way than anything else. Santino Marella also was at TNA as well.
He's been there,
but he actually I think they brought him into the ring. It wasn't as the official what he's been doing. He actually went to the ring and did some stuff too.
Like wrestled?
Yeah, I think he just did a little.
No. Yeah, no, it was.
So they had a good kickoff to the new brand of wrestling, Dear Jesus, Wardlow.
Oh, God,
Also,
he's dead. We're
people,
watching Dynamite,
if you're watching on YouTube, we have Dynamite on in the background. If you're listening to us on the podcast in the potted world, we're definitely watching Dynamite in the background.
We just watched Wardlow powerbomb Trent Beretta through the apron. Not actually
through, but if you... here comes another powerbomb symphony. Oh, never mind. His crew all came in. Oh my gosh, is that
Rocky
Romero?
Is that
Rocky Romero?
Yeah.
Without an eye patch?
Yeah.
Weird. So then, there's a couple of other things that have happened in the world of the wrestling. Other people that I have noticed, we saw on television for the first time in a while. We got to see Alba Fire and Isladon and Alba Fire for the first time in a couple of weeks.
The Unholy Union.
Got to see them. That's always great to see them on television again. SmackDown actually was pretty entertaining the last couple of weeks. I'm actually kind of excited with what's going on. And then the big news, we'll just dive right into the big news. WWE found a new home for Monday Night Raw.
Netflix.
We heard Warner Brothers. We heard...
Well, the two big ones that I was hearing a lot were FX and Amazon.
I heard Amazon, and I heard they were trying to re-sign up with USA as well because they were trying to get a deal done there. And I heard Warner Brother because the WB contract with AEW and also WWE, they didn't know where it was going to be conflicting on that side. But then out of literally nowhere, Netflix just scooped right on in and said, hey,
here's $5 billion.
With a
B.
$5 billion.
Billion.
$5 billion.
Billion.
Dear Jesus.
Dollars.
$5 billion. Now,
that's a lot of money.
There's a lot of money. I've been reading more and more into it. It is a 10-year deal.
Yeah.
Their Peacock contract does not conflict.
Where did they dig up Yuji Nagata? What? This man is 108 years old. Well, he's wrestling Bryan Danielson, so got to give Danielson a win somehow. We're going to put geriatric Japanese folks in there with him.
Hey, speaking of...
Hey, you leave Murder Grandpa alone.
He's old!
You leave Murder Grandpa
He's
alone.
old!
You leave Murder Grandpa alone.
I'm telling you, that picture of him does... Yes, he is Murder Grandpa. And Adam Copeland looks like he's getting an aneurysm.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of Adam Copeland. Anyways, the Peacock contract does not get affected until 2026 when their NBC Universal contract, Fox, with their deal with SmackDown goes up. And I think what will end up happening is...
Fox's deal is up at the end of this year.
Yep, so in 2025. So then I think eventually Netflix is going to absorb SmackDown as well, take them all to Netflix, and make it...
Bring back my goddamn ECW!
No one brought it up. And
I did.
You're the only one.
I am not the only one. I guarantee it. I guarantee.
Where's your stamp? Give me your stamp of approval. Because I have not heard anybody...
stamp you with this fucking phone charger.
In my eyes, please. I don't think I've heard anybody talk about bringing ECW back to watch on a weekly basis.
I don't want to watch it on a weekly basis. I
want
want the fucking archives. Bring it back. I want to watch fucking...
Oh, come on.
December to Dismember from 1996.
Why?
Why not?
Why?
I want to watch ECW on TNN from start to finish.
TNN.
Yeah.
Wow.
It doesn't exist anymore.
Wow.
Yeah.
I just dust off those cobwebs to get that back.
Yeah.
TNN.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Again, no one's asked for this.
I have.
Just you.
Multiple times.
Just you.
Guarantee it's not just me.
Just you.
There are humanoids out there.
Are there?
That
Talk to them. Talk to the
Hold on. Wait a minute. I know one other big name in the world. He is the Podfather, Conrad Thompson.
He's asked for it.
He fucking loves ECW.
But has he asked for it?
I'm betting he probably has.
You listened to every episode of him, so I'm just.
I haven't heard him
physically say it
out loud on a podcast.
So what you're saying is that no one said it. Okay, point proven, good sir. Oh, are you going to prove a point right now? Ladies and gentlemen, it looks like Mr. Galvin here is trying to prove a point. To saying that some other people out there want to actually watch ECW more than one time. Well, don't get me wrong. There's a point in place for ECW. There is a point in time when ECW was popular, and that's why they brought it back. And you don't like the WWECW that was back then. I'm assuming you're going to Reddit, or you're going to... Are you tweeting right now?
Yeah. I'm tweeting at Hey It's Conrad.
You're literally live tweeting.
Yeah.
During the podcast.
Yeah.
To Conrad Thompson.
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
Yeah,
go ahead. By the way, this man started a controversy yesterday.
Controversy. English, motherfucker. Do you speak it?
Yeah, I'm speaking about controversy on Twitter about the recent WWE 2K gaming announcing their cover athletes. Which, if you haven't seen the cover athletes that are named to the two different versions of the game, Cody Rhodes is the basic game cover athlete, and the Legends version is the split of Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley. To which our...
Tweet sent.
So to our guy who follows and does the Twitter world, tweeted at WWE.
I tweeted at Mr. Adam Pierce.
He did. And said... What was the exact words you said? You could pull it up, but what was the exact... I know you... What did you actually factually say? Because I laughed. Where is it? Oh, it was a reply.
So it was at ScrapDaddyAP, which is Adam Pierce's Twitter handle. I tweeted, would have rather seen Bray instead of Cody. No offense, at Cody Rhodes.
So, he had a couple people respond. One said next year, no offense, but cry about it. Hey, remember you wanted to have people interacting on the Twitter? You got people to interact. Somebody said, why? Another person, to use someone as the cover person or CD person, they will need to authorize signature to do so. So for the people wanting Bray Wyatt as the cover person, it's not happening. Contrary to popular belief.
Pretty sure that's not how that works.
But you had 16 likes off of that one comment on there. Mm-hmm. Let's just put it this way. We both agree that Bray should have been the cover athlete for at least the Legends one. Easily. Because it needed to happen.
Cover athlete. Period.
It just needed to happen. But, what have you. But we like the back and forth on Twitter. Because more exposure equals more views. And I'm okay with it. Oh, yeah, we're gold on that side. But I think they better have him in the game, too. If you think about it, if they don't have Bray in the game... Oh, shoot. She threw a shoe at her. She just threw a chancla. Deonna Purrazzo?
Yeah.
Nice.
Deonna Purrazzo.
Anyways, I think they should have him...
Oh, she just kicked Luther in the face.
She can't even stand up right now.
Storm?
Yeah.
Well, no, she's wearing fishnets and no shoes.
And also, tits out.
Tits out.
And
what's a shoe?
It would look good on her, the gold. I don't think it'll happen.
Leather chuelsa?
I don't think it'll happen, but, it'd be cool. Anywho, with that being said, I am going to do a break on the podcast world over here on the audio side. And then we'll keep continuing our conversations on YouTube. So if you are listening
don't forget to put in the sound effect.
Oh, I definitely won't. Because I'm going to have to edit out some stuff. So,
James.
Yeah, no shit. So if you are listening to us on the audio, make sure you come back to the video because you're going to get different stuff that you don't get to hear on the video side. We'll be right back. And yes, you are correct, people of the YouTube world. You get to listen and hear us talk about other nonsensical things like, I don't know, my Cowboys suck and I hate it so much. And I really wish they didn't get beat the piss out of by the Green Bay Packers.
At least you made the playoffs.
To get embarrassed? I'd rather miss the...
At home?
I'd rather miss the playoffs than look like that.
At home.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was...
It was hard to watch. It really was.
I didn't watch it. I was going to watch it, and then I looked at the score in the first quarter. I was like, nope.
Yeah, you texted me. You're like, what is happening to the Cowboys? I go, it's the typical Cowboys.
I ended up watching the other wild card game.
To be fair, Houston's game was a blowout. Dallas's game was a blowout. Most of the first round were blowouts.
Dallas
games.
started to come back later.
Yeah, it took them 3 quarters to do it, and we scored 3 touchdowns in the fourth, and we were still down by 12. Like, just ridiculous how bad that was.
How about the Bills choking on a fat dick?
Fair. That's what they do. They do.
Well, it's really funny because I don't know if you noticed or not. Gabe Davis didn't play.
No, he was out. He was out. He had an injury from the previous game.
Side effects may include anal seepage.
Gross. Ew.
You got a butt hurt. Butt hurt boo boo.
And we're back on the audio side.
Oh God. Okay.
That was quick. I know. That's why I didn't say anything to you because I knew where you were going to be at. So I have some interesting things that I want to run by you.
You're gonna run by me?
And I'm going to run by you, through you, on top of you.
You're gonna run?
Well, I would be out. I'm fat. I'm out of shape. There's no possible I'm going to run.
This doesn't run.
Have you seen my body?
That doesn't run either.
It's the body of a god, and his name is Buddha.
And his name is Dionysus.
It's Dionysus. So, because, okay, if you don't know this man here, his favorite championship belt of all time is and for always will ever be
big gold belt.
Big gold belt. He has it at his house. It's a Christmas gift. You have a big gold belt at your home. But can you name all 25 wrestlers in WWE that held the big gold belt? So you're talking about when they absorbed WCW and the WWE World Heavyweight Championship was in WWF into WWE. Can you name...
Do you have the list in front of you?
All right here in my face, 25 names. And I will actually, because I know how to do this now, I'm going to clip this. And I'm going to put this out there on Instagram, and I'll throw it to you for Twitter. Can you, people of the humanoid universe, name all 25 WWE wrestlers that have held the big gold title between the time it entered after WCW ended and when they retired the belt? Garrett, are you ready?
Fuck no. The Rock.
Let's see. Is Dwayne O on here? Dwayne Johnson's on here.
Steve Austin.
Steve Austin is not on here.
Kurt Angle.
Kurt Angle is on the list.
Triple H.
Hunter is on the list.
Batista.
Dave is on the list.
Randy Orton.
Randall is on the list.
Chris Benoit.
Chris Benoit is on the list.
Chris Jericho. I know Jericho.
Chris Jericho is on the list.
Booker T.
Booker T is on the list.
The Undertaker.
Undertaker is on the list. There's a lot of names some that you will forget that even had the title.
Edge?
Edge is on the list. He had to retire that because of his neck.
Rey Mysterio.
Rey Mysterio is on the list of the famous triple threat match at WrestleMania. Shawn Michaels is on the list in the Elimination Chamber. There's a couple of names that
This is going to be reaching, but Kane.
Kane is on the list. I'm telling you, there are some...
Hey, it's John Morrison! Anyway.
Wow. John and his wifey. Haven't seen her in forever either. Is that Johnny Dynamite?
No, it's Johnny TV.
There's some names that, honestly, I would have never even thought about being on this list.
Lesnar? No.
Brock is not on this list.
The Big Show.
Big Show is on this list. Do you want me to tell you how many you're missing?
Yeah, I'm at 14.
So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Whose
7, 8,
house?
9, 10, 11, 12. You're missing 12. You're missing 12 wrestlers.
Fuck.
There's, like I said, there's some oneers on here that you never even thought had it.
Eddie?
Eddie is not on this list. Eddie was a WWE champion.
That's
right. Is it Swerve's house? Is it Swerve's house? Oh, okay.
It is.
Yeah, there's 12 names still left on this list. Names that you honestly would
Hogan?
never... Hogan is not on this list. He was only a WCW champion.
And he was an undisputed champion.
Correct. Not singular world heavyweight champion.
Well, and I'm trying to think back to that time period on Monday Night Raw.
What year?
Well, when Bischoff handed the title to Triple H.
Okay. So 2000 and...
something.
5, 4, something like that. So, I will tell you, all the wrestlers that you have not said are our generation's wrestlers. Not the 80s, 90s. These are guys in the 2000s to 2010s that were in WWE that have held it. My favorite one is one of the guys that always held it upside down because he's so stupid.
Fucking Cena.
Cena always held it upside down. So Cena is another one. You have 11 left. Hey, that's one of them right there.
Oh, Jeff Hardy.
Jeffrey Hardy. He looks so mad. So that's 10 more.
5 Bill Phil.
5 Bill Phil. Are you talking about Mr. CM Punk himself? Yes. Phil Brooks. That was his first big title in WWE. So now you're at 9 left.
Mark Henry.
Oh God. Oh, wow.
World's Strongest Man, Mark Henry.
The World's Strongest Slam Man. Yes.
The Great Khali.
Mr. Khali is on that list. Yeah, you're thinking about the 2000s wrestlers, aren't you? 2010 wrestlers.
Yeah, I had to get my brain in the right
era. Right era of it all.
Are they?
I'll give you.
Are they active still?
Okay. You want to define active? Active in WWE or active in general?
In general.
Okay. Active in general. The ones that you have not named. Yes. Yeah, kinda. Yes. Am I missing any up here?
Jesus.
They are all active, and ironically, only one of them is not in WWE. Everybody else is left. Only one is in WWE, everybody else is gone from the company. It's crazy. Oh, sorry. 2 are not in WWE. I forgot, you haven't named him yet. Which is kind of surprising. I would have thought he would have gone early.
Flair?
No, Flair's not on there. Flair never won it. That was with Evolution. You got to think of the guy who held it for the longest time in WCW. The undefeated streak.
Oh, Goldberg.
Goldberg had it for a little bit when he left and came in. So that's your other guy that's in the 90s. Everybody else
is 2000s,
2000s and up. Yeah. Trust me, when I looked at this list, I was kind of surprised even... I didn't know one of them even had it. Actually, I forgot he even had it too. But he only had it for a night. One guy only had it for a night, and then the rest of them were kind of long tenured. If you're going to give up, that's fine.
Give me one.
Give you one name?
Like the most obscure one.
The most obscure one that I would have forgot was a champion was Mr. Jack Swagger. Swagger had it for barely any time. That was after his cash-in.
Dolph.
Dolph is another one. Good call. That was the most amazing cash-in on Monday Night Raw against, I believe it was against who? Think about who he cashed it in on. I know you can do it too.
Del Rio?
Del Rio's another name on the list. So now you're down to 1, 2, 3. 3? 3. You have 3 left. And 2 of them are in AEW now. And 1 is still in WWE.
Active in the ring?
Active
AEW?
in the ring on a weekly basis, AEW.
Bryan Danielson?
Bryan Danielson?
Fucking Mox.
No, he never had it. It's another guy you don't like, though. I will say that he currently has a title in AEW as well. He's always constantly looking out in that crowd.
Oh, fucking Christian? Really?
Won it in a ladder match. The one time he won it. His only singular title run in WWE. And then
with that on a main brand.
On a main brand. And then 1 left in WWE. And it's actually, he had it early in his career, and he accidentally won it on a Monday Night Raw.
Sheamus.
Won it accidentally in a tables match against John on a... And then he also beat Brian at Mania with the 5-second bro kick.
Yep.
Harder than you thought, right?
Yeah.
Crazy. I would have never, in my wildest dreams, I forgot that Jack Swagger even had it.
When you said it, it was like, he was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was, so
that was
strategically hard?
Yeah.
Yeah, slightly. Because I'm sitting there thinking, there is a lot of names that if you broke it down into the categories of pre-2000 and post-2000, it helped a little bit.
Yeah.
Because you're thinking of those names. But Khali was always the one that held that title upside down in the air. Always did. He was at the point straight down in the air. Yep. So, speaking of title runs, this past Monday, I want to get your opinion. We didn't really talk on Monday night. This past Monday, Seth was started off Monday Night Raw in the ring.
What color was his suit?
Was it green or gold?
Yeah, it was green.
Okay, I remember it was like
like the same color as your shoes.
I always thought those were yellow until somebody pointed out to me the other day. Not gonna lie. Didn't know. So he came out. He was limping. He didn't do his normal, flantics.
Well, and he was wearing the brace.
Wearing the brace on the knee. Same knee that got hurt all those years ago.
Yep.
Goes out to the ring and does this normal Monday Night Rollins, talks to the crowd, and you can tell, you could tell he's hurting inside, because I think it's obviously it's conflicting, because you're now a title holder. It's the inaugural title. You don't want to lose your title. You're hurt. This is your opportunity to go get help. Go get fixed. And in your mind, when you're hurt, we've played sports hurt before.
Go home. Take a nap. Drink some milk.
By the way, our guy that does our shirts mocked up a shirt that I have to show you, because that is one of the shirts that he said that this might be perfect for us. And I think...
Was it the one with the brown background?
That one? Did my sister send it to you? She said, I'm going to send this to Garrett. And I go, right, by all means, go home, take a nap, drink some milk. I think that's fantastic.
And the text gets more aggressive as it goes. It's awesome.
I can show you the world people there. Oh, yeah, look at that. It's obviously backwards, but possibly, well, not possibly. In the future, there will be a store for merch for all these things. We're really excited for that. But you can tell... Did I hit a button with my butt? I did. Congratulations to me. That's awesome.
Good job.
You could tell in your heart he didn't want to have to give up a title. Didn't want to have to do the whole.
He needs to. He needs surgery.
We know that. Well, he's getting surgery. It has been documented today. I saw it on social media that he is going to get surgery on the MCL and.
The meniscus.
Yeah, the meniscus. He's going to be out for a month. Only a month. How that even... I have a damaged knee. I have torn ligaments in my knee. And I work on it. And I work every day. But my job is not as physical as his.
He's going to come back. And it's going to get fucked up.
Oh, 100%.
And it's going to be worse.
100%. And he even said in his opening monologue that he wants to defend it at WrestleMania. And I get it. I understand. I get it.
So take 2 months off.
Roman does it all the time.
Well,
Roman does it all the time.
Differences in contracts, though, as well.
But again, though, Roman does it all the time.
Differences in contracts.
I don't know. I think Seth was very conflicted. And obviously the nature of being hurt again. In his mind, his career is over again. Like, you could see it in his face. Because the way he was even talking, it was not the way Seth talks. He was talking like a defeated human being, knowing he's going to be gone again for a year. And you know for a fact, once he gives up the title or loses the title, he will be gone for a year. Or longer. Possibly if he has to get back surgery and shoulder surgery.
So here's the thing. Be gone for a year.
Right.
Come back at Rumble next year.
Just take a whole year.
Surprise entrance.
Yeah.
And the best thing to do for that would be don't tell anyone. Don't leak it. Nothing.
So do what they did with Edge. No one knew Edge was coming. No one had a feeling he was coming.
I believe it was Royal Rumble 2006.
Okay.
When Cena came back.
Oh, from his torn pec?
From his torn pec.
At Madison Square Garden.
And nobody knew.
Well, even it was definite, genuine that nobody knew. Because you zoom in on Paul's face in the ring and... What the fuck are you here?
Right.
I don't like that. I personally like that. I like that idea of it. I just think...
and everybody knew Edge was coming back.
Well, we knew because they had seen him at the headquarters. They'd seen him at other places, and people can't keep their mouths shut nowadays. And there are days where I wish there was no social media for the sake of when we had surprise entrances and no one knew.
But here's the thing. Seth has a gym.
Seth does have a gym.
Seth has a school. And when the time comes to, hey, you're ready to come back.
Right.
He doesn't have to go to the Performance Center.
No, he can just do it from Davenport.
He doesn't have to go to Stanford.
No, he can go back to Davenport and just hang out at home.
Right. And once he is ring ready,
right,
he can bounce around at the school and train with the fuck knuckles in school there.
Well, yeah. Oh my God, Jeff just died.
Good.
Dude, no, that was horribly bad. My God. I agree. I think Seth is... Oh, we love Seth. If I lived in the Quad Cities. I know... Jesus Christ. I've seen where his gym is, Black and Brave. I've seen his coffee shop. You've seen his coffee shop. You know where Black and Brave is.
He's dead.
Yeah, that's fine. Let him
dead now.
Let him be dead. Matt is just having fun just standing there wooing him on. Seth doesn't live too far away from where his home is in Davenport. He lives out in Buffalo, I think, still. He has a house out there now, what have you. Right. But I'm happy and sad, one, because there goes Monday Night Raw a little bit. You know, you lose your top
Monday Night Rollins.
There goes your top tier talent, you know, kind of, you know, keeping a thing afloat. But then if they do it right, if they do it the correct way, this is your time to put that big boy title on Gunther and actually let him ride with it. In my opinion.
Or do what I said when we had the confirmation that Seth was hurt. Make the men's Rumble for that belt. Or do it in Perth.
So
at the Elimination Chamber.
I've said they've had to do this. They did this once before for a title. Decades ago.
92.
I was like, decades ago.
The year Flair won it.
Right. Trivia. Who did he knock over last? Sid Vicious, right?
Sid Justice.
Was it Vicious at the time? It was Justice? Mm-hmm. Wasn't Sid Vicious yet?
Yeah. Oh. You want to know who else was out there?
Who?
Hogan.
Oh, that's right, because he helped him.
Hogan had a hold of Sid's arm, and Flair went over.
And then Rick won.
You know what number Flair came out at?
Was he 1?
3.
Well, okay, then test that again.
You want to know who number 1 was?
Who?
British Bulldog.
So
you want to know who number 2 was?
Who?
Ted DiBiase.
Who's 4? By all means, keep going.
The Berserker.
5.
I don't remember.
Okay, good. Because then let's test that then. Who else has come out from 1 and 1? Rey Mysterio. I think Shawn did it. Yep. Rhea did it. Rhea did it last year. There's another one that's done it. Was it Benoit?
Austin?
Did Benoit do it?
Maybe. Austin did it. There's not been a lot that's come out of the one hole. Which is a good way to segue into Royal Rumble is this Saturday. It is my favorite pay-per-view of the year. It is, I look forward to it. It is literally one of my favorites. I get chills every time thinking about it. Yes, I know it's pre-scripted. They know who's gonna win. Do they?
I think they do.
Boo-boos happen.
Boo-boos do happen. You're talking about Shawn. You're talking about John and Batista.
And then subsequently, 2 torn quads.
Dude, the best interview of all time was Edge at that house show where they go, people don't remember. I was the person thrown out before it happened. So I'm the guy walking up the ramp going, and then it happened. And all I saw, and it was my favorite quote, all I saw was that pompadour coming out of the gorilla position, arms a-wailing. And you look down, and then you see him hit that ring, and he goes, oh, that fucker just tore both of his quads.
Well, he tore one getting in.
And then
he tore the other one walking back up the ramp.
And all they did was stare at Vince McMahon like this, going,
restart it.
And then it ended that fast.
Yeah.
But with Royal Rumble happening this weekend, for one, I will be watching it.
Me too.
I will be watching it with my family.
You're cheering?
My parents are going to be here too.
Oh, because Hazel's birthday is today.
This is Hazel's. My daughter's birthday is today. She is 6 years old. Happy birthday, Hazel. She said...
Well, if you want to get away from your family...
Well, I told
you can come watch it at my house.
Well, what I told him is that Royal Rumble is this weekend, and I will be watching it. And I do not want to watch it on replay. I want to watch it live because that's the only way to be able to watch it live.
Right.
So, there is a match card.
There's 4 matches.
I know.
4 matches.
So, let that be your people in the humanoid universe. I've never seen a short card like this before. There's usually another couple puff piece matches.
Hold on, think about it though. So you have 2 Rumble matches.
Yeah, women's and men's. That take about an hour and a half.
An hour 15 usually.
Yeah, give or take.
So that's
2.5
hours.
And it's usually a 4-hour pay-per-view. It's usually about 4 hours. 3.5, 4 hours.
I think the Fatal 4-Way is going to go long, probably 25 minutes.
I think they might push that 40. I think they might.
And then
Logan Paul, Kevin Owens.
KO and Logan Paul. I think they leave the belt on Logan Paul.
I think that's best for business.
Because, hot take, Logan Paul, LA Knight at WrestleMania.
I think it is I like the premise of it. I think...
And LA Knight wins.
I agree, too. I think they keep it for Logan for the sake of he's one of the best heels that WWE's had in quite some time because no one wants him there, but everybody loves that he's there, too.
He's a fucking joke.
I'm very happy that he's feuding with a guy that can push him, too. Because Kevin...
A guy that can actually carry a match.
Kevin can carry this for a while. And I think... And he's hurt, too. He does actually have his hand injury.
I like how he actually punched him in the face.
Yeah.
Legitimately punched him in the face.
Yeah. So, now, obviously, we know the answer to this question, but I'm still going to ask it.
No.
Okay, never mind.
What?
Never mind. It's not that important now. I think if they did it correctly, Roman, Randy, AJ, and LA, it's going to be a hell of a match. I really do think it's going to be a good one. That's awesome.
Only at Target.
I think that's going to be a really good match. I think in the long run that LA Knight, Randy Orton, AJ Styles, and Roman Reigns Fatal 4-Way, this is the biggest test Roman's had to have since being a champion. He's never had this many opponents against him for the title.
Can we take a time out real quick?
No.
Stars of AEW, get rid of the fucking mustaches.
Has that been bothering you?
For like 3 weeks now.
Everybody has
Ever since the Young Bucks came back, they got their little pencil mustaches.
So
fucking
I saw Adam have it.
Hangman, he's got this big old fucking
that thing's massive.
Dust broom.
Dude, he looks like the Lorax.
He looks like the janitor from Futurama. The giant just broom mustache. Pissing me off. Christ.
Oh my God. Thunder Rosa doesn't have a mustache.
How do you know? She's wearing face paint.
Fair. Well, then, the Dapper Yapper doesn't have it.
Yet.
I don't think... I like him with no facial hair. I like it like that.
But what if he grows just the pencil-thin Mexicool stash?
Would I be upset with it? No. But also, I think he's more of a clean-shaven guy. I think you're looking at the new Bruce Buffer when Bruce wants to retire.
Yeah. Yeah, that. Honestly, I don't know if he'll ever leave the wrestling business. Unless UFC's like, hey, we're going to pay you a fuck ton of money and we're going to give you a new jacket for every event.
Well, he's got a new jacket for every single one of these. Might as well get the upgrade. And Dana goes, hey, I got you. I got you.
Speaking of Dana White, we don't really talk about UFC.
Well,
did you see that Cowboy Cerrone is going to ride Dana White's bull Twisted Steel?
No.
Yeah.
He's going to do a bull riding thing?
Uh-huh.
Why not add another thing to Cerrone's resume?
So here's the deal, right? For getting on the bull,
okay,
Dana White is going to donate $50,000 to a charity of Donald Cerrone's choice. If
he makes it 8 seconds,
if he goes the 8 seconds, he's gonna donate $50,000 to the charity and write Donald Cerrone a check for $100,000.
You know what though? That's why Dana White is one of the best owners /
I think he's gonna do it.
Why not?
No, I think Donald Cerrone is going to go 8 seconds on Twisted Steel.
You never know. Anything can happen. We thought Donald Cerrone would make it longer against Conor McGregor, and he never did either. Ha 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 ha! You're not gonna do that against me with my boy. No. Don't you twist. No, stop scratching your.
Didn't he just have a baby?
Him personally? No, he's a man. He doesn't have children. Why are you whispering? People can see you.
I know.
It doesn't matter. People were air quoting. They can see. They can see it, but they can't see. Oh my God. With that being said, people of the podcast listening world,
the audioverse,
we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. You air quote? You really?
No. Man.
So, UFC 300, though,
is gonna be stacked.
It's gonna be amazing. We're gonna watch it together with our group of friends that watches UFC. They announced another one.
Holly Holm and Kayla Harrison.
She's signed, and they're gonna put her on the biggest pay-per-view.
Kayla Harrison is going to kill Holly Holm.
Well, Holly Holm's not in her heyday anymore, so it makes sense.
Listen. So she fought in PFL, right?
Correct. Yes.
She's 16-1 with 12 first-round finishes.
I love it.
She is a 2-time Olympic gold medalist in judo.
Did she have a broken freaking neck, too?
No, Kurt Angle. She didn't.
Just making sure.
And she's jacked.
Yeah, I know.
She was fighting at lightweight in PFL and is dropping not one, but two weight classes to fight at bantamweight against Holly Holm.
Gosh, she's gonna look
and if she beats Holly Holm,
so tiny.
If she beats Holly Holm, guaranteed she gets a title shot. Guarantee it.
Yeah. Well, UFC 300 is gonna be great anyway. I'm excited. Even though it's gonna be in like what? It's not for like 3 more months.
April.
Yep. We're all. I'm pretty sure I scheduled
April
it
13th. I think.
Yep, April 13th. I've scheduled it off.
You got yourself a bottle of Proper 12?
Sitting right. Okay. Whew. I can't do it because literally the thing is the last time if I'm not doing it, it doesn't affect me. So no, because that's not what we're gonna do now. No, stop it. You are gonna stop that nonsense right now. Would you stop? Stop it. The people on the audio are listening again, and I feel like you're going to try to make me vomit. See, I have not had Proper 12 since that night.
Where you threw it all up all over the sidewalk at James?
At James's old place. All over the side. Hey, I was very considerate that night, too. I was super, super considerate. So, tell me I'm wrong. Was I not nice? I was a really nice person.
When we lived together.
That was a while ago now, but yes.
Our rooms were on opposite sides of the apartment.
Yes, they were.
I was standing at my doorway. He is in his room, door closed. And I'm standing there going, That's just... And he came out and he's like, stop, I'm going to puke!
Yeah, please don't. Also, GQ Wrestling Podcast.
You can't see it because of the glare from the ring light.
But it's amazing, though. I love it.
Anywho, basic white bitch Stanley Cup.
Right here.
This guy.
But tell me that's not a cool cup.
It's a cool cup.
It's a cool cup. So we're gonna go into the last part of the podcast this evening.
Are we doing predictions?
We're gonna do some predictions for Royal Rumble.
I actually have these written down.
If you could, please. I'd love to have that from you. So if you're not familiar with how the Royal Rumble works,
Are you living under a rock?
True. And if you're listening to the podcast and you've never seen the Royal Rumble, we're going to explain it a little bit better for you. So, there are 30 participants in the Royal Rumble. It will start off at the beginning of the match with 2 men and or women via men's and women's Royal Rumbles. They will come in every 90 seconds. To which another person will come in. To which another person will come in every 90 seconds. The only way to get them out of the match is to throw them over the top rope. If they go underneath, in between, they are still alive, and both feet have to touch the ground. That is the Shawn Michaels rule because of what happened in his Royal Rumble match by hanging off that rope and only placing 1 foot on the ground. So, Royal Rumble is this weekend. My favorite, like I said earlier, my favorite pay-per-view, or should I say premium live event of the WWE ring. With that being said, there are plenty of rumors, plenty of who will win, why they'll win, what's the reasoning, how it will, who's the surprise entrances. We were going to give our predictions.
I don't know that we're going to get a lot of surprise entrants this year.
I don't think so either. I think there's going to be one on both sides. I think it's a pretty much guaranteed lock. We're going to get AJ Lee.
So I'm just going to say we'll probably get more surprises on the women's side.
Because the women's roster is not as strong as the men's roster. Totally understand.
Realistically, I think we'll probably see Jade.
I don't think we will. I really don't. Oh. Because it's like they said a couple weeks ago, Hunter said it. We found things that they want to correct.
Because she sucks!
They found things that they want to correct.
With both hands.
Dear God. And, wow.
Who's she married to?
Jade?
Yeah.
I don't think she's married.
Yeah, she is.
I don't think so. I don't think she is. I'll look, but I don't think she is. So, with that being said, for you, sir, who do you have?
Brandon Phillips.
Oh. Baseball player?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
How long?
17 years? Oh, no. No one cares. No one cares that hard. Anyways, what now?
You definitely don't care. I know you don't care.
Nope. Sure don't.
Because they just got married. That's why.
But they've been together for...
I was just saying, it's like, I don't remember...
Winner of freshly squeezed four-way?
Gross. Serena Deeb?
Wow.
Haven't seen her in a minute either. So you were saying about the Royal Rumble. What do you have that you want to share with the humanoids?
So... Yes! Anyway.
He saw Lady Frost on the screen.
If you're watching this, hopefully you've been listening.
Why are you caressing the microphone like that?
Listening.
That's gross.
Listen.
Stop touching it.
Listen, Linda. Listen.
Stop touching it. It's weird.
Listen. I sang Lady Frost's praises on an earlier episode of the podcast.
Several
episodes ago. Anyway, what were we talking about? Predictions?
Predictions for the Royal Rumble, sir.
So I think we're gonna see Sasha.
So you think she's gonna not be? You think she's gonna sign?
Yes.
Or is it just a prediction that she's gonna show up? So she's leaving New Japan and she's gonna sign back.
She's left New Japan already.
So she's not gonna be. She's gonna come back to WWE.
Yes.
Okay. So that's one.
Naomi.
You think
or Trinity Fatu?
You think Naomi's gonna come back to WWE and sign her deal too?
Yep. And possibly AJ Lee.
I think
possibly.
I think AJ will be there. I really think. She's
I don't know if
she'll
compete.
You don't think so? Do you think she'll do the Michelle McCool, be in the crowd, and then they let's light it up, and then she has to come out of the crowd?
Probably not.
They did it.
She probably. Honestly, I don't think she's going to perform, but whatever.
Okay.
And I think that's going to be it.
Just for all in general. I think there's
the women's roster now is big enough that they don't have to really bring back any legends.
No, they don't. And even with the NXT talent, getting them up for exposure and then having them in the ring, I could see that too.
There's maybe two that I could see them bringing up from NXT to compete in the Rumble. Tiffany Stratton, and it'll either be Cora Jade
she's
or...
hurt, so she's not.
She blew her ACL.
She blew her ACL.
So probably Roxanne Perez.
I also thought of the NXT women's champion right now too, and I can't think of her name. It just escaped me.
Lyra Valkyria.
Yeah, I think they bring up Valkyria too.
We might also see Ava Raine.
So if you didn't watch NXT last night,
I didn't.
So you'll love this. Last night on NXT, they came out of commercial break and they went backstage immediately, and they're at Shawn Michaels' door is right there. It opens up, and Ava Raine comes out. And said, as she turns back and says, "Thank you for being in the meeting with me. I appreciate all that you do for me. And then you see come out of Sean's office, Sir William Regal on television.
Yay!
And he says, the pleasure is all mine. And congratulations, you are the youngest general manager of WWE. They have made her the NXT general manager.
Interesting.
Not interim, not like, oh, this is temporary. They have officially made her the NXT general manager. So that says one of two things, and you understand where I'm coming from. That says one of two things. One, she's not ready to wrestle yet, and they still want her to get screen time. Or two, she's hurt, and they don't want to say it.
She's been wrestling, though.
I'm just saying. Maybe they don't think that she's cut up enough, and they make her the general manager.
So is this like a Sonya Deville kind of thing?
Kind of a thing that they don't think she's talented enough to be able to wrestle and be on screen all the time, but they also don't want to cut her because she is Dwayne O's daughter.
That's another return that we might get on Saturday.
Who?
Sonya Deville.
Sonya, I also think Dwayne will be in the Rumble too. I truly
We haven't made it to the men's yet.
That's true. But anyways,
Liv, maybe?
She's
still under contract.
And they're in Tropicana, so that's possible that she lives there too. She lives right down the street in St. Pete. I think, but yeah, the Ava Raine is the NXT general manager.
I hate that.
I think that they don't believe in her, and I think that in the long run, they want to use her ability to talk over using her ability to wrestle.
For sure.
So, but if they put the stamp of approval with William and made him go on screen for the first time, which, by the way, you know why he was on screen? Is that 1 year contract of AEW and the non-compete is over.
Yep.
And he now is officially can be on-screen talent for, I thought Darby broke his leg right there just by jumping out of the ring like an idiot. No, don't.
Do it, you old bastard!
Sorry, if you're watching Dynamite, Darby literally just threw his body over the top rope and laid on the ground. And Sting was going to go through the rope. He went, never mind, and grabs it and starts jolting. And I went, that geriatrics just go, and then AARP commercial.
Life alert.
Can we get this man up? The cameraman's going to be above him, staring down at him. I think those are some good ones. I don't see... They did say Michelle McCool will be in attendance. Same thing with Mark Calloway.
Well, he's doing his...
show, his one-man show.
Yeah.
But I think her being in the audience, she might be a toss-in, possibly.
Can we get Layla instead?
Nope. Not allowed.
I hate it.
I know you do. I don't know of any other names. I don't think Mickie James will do it. I don't think...
she is now an executive producer.
Yes, of Women's... Women's of Wrestling.
Yep.
Women of Wrestling?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's on... Actually, I found it out the other night because I was watching it on accident.
It's on CW.
It's on the CW.
She's working for AJ Lee.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. What a thought. Possibly... you never know. Anything can happen in the Royal Rumble. Anything. Men's side...
Hold on. Who are you calling this winner?
So, it's one of two. I truly do believe that the curveball would be Bayley. That's like the biggest curveball is if they let Bayley win it. Because that shows you that they finally have faith in Damage Control. I personally think that they thought Damage Control would be a good thing, but then they lost,
Well, Tegan got hurt.
Dakota Kai got hurt.
Yeah.
I think, and now that you have all the Japanese fucking wrestlers on their side.
Well, yeah, you add Asuka to the mix.
And
then you add Kairi Sane to the mix.
And then you have the Women's World Champion that's hanging out right there.
Yeah, Io Sky.
So I think it would be interesting if they did the curveball. Bayley, I think it could be a winner. I think, unfortunately, and I know you don't like this, I think they may do a Bianca run as well. I think so here's my reasoning why, and you give your own opinion. Here's my reasoning why. Because of the new show that they have for Hulu. They do interpromotional stuff all the time. It's like when Nikki was winning all their stuff on
Who's watching that show?
I'm telling you. I'm just saying based off of...
No one.
It's not our demographic. It's
on Hulu.
But I think with Bianca getting that show, with her hubby, I think they might make that a possibility for her to win it. It's a possibility. I'm not saying it's a for sure, but it is a possibility.
I think there's a bigger possibility that that Becky wins it.
I just
over Bianca.
So the Becky storyline, I don't see her winning anything else ever again. I don't. Because what's going to happen in the Royal Rumble is that Nia and Becky will meet in the Royal Rumble. They're going to be there. They're going to be there at the exact same time.
Hot take, they come out at 1 and 2.
We've seen weirder things. We have. I can see it. I think my winner, though, will be Bayley. I think they're going to push Bayley this time. I don't think she'll win the title. I think she'll still lose the title. Or if she wins the title, it's because of Damage Control helping her to win the title.
Curveball. She challenges Io Sky.
Well, wrecks the group and disbands it. Also, I think
she just leaves.
I also think another person that will be in the Rumble is Dakota Kai. I think she's healthy.
I think she is too.
I think she'll be in the Rumble as well.
Yeah, I do. God damn, that's a lot of beef.
Mogul Embassy is on the television, ladies and
gentlemen.
Yeah.
Great O'Khan,
Wolverine,
Leona, and Brian Cage. The Wolverine.
Yeah, Wolverine without a title is weird. He's actually not wearing. He wore pants last week.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, on this segment of Who Needs Pants,
Brian Cage.
Brian Cage always needs pants.
Yeah.
We haven't had a lot of people not wear pants lately. It's very odd. People go, they got the memo. They got the memo.
Nice.
They got the memo. Good for them. Who's your women's Royal Rumble winner?
I'm not even gonna call it a curveball. I think Bayley wins.
Okay. I they've been pushing her lately. They have been. They've been putting her on camera a lot more. Not wrestling,
right? Just
on camera. I think it's a good one. So that's your
the Bang Bang Scissor Gang, baby.
I think that should have been your AEW champion.
Oh, 100%.
Don't get me wrong. I'm happy he has a title around his waist, but it's not the right title. The correct title needs to be the AEW World Champion. I love it.
Hold on. We're going to take a quick time out here. Don't pause that.
I'm turning it up.
It's the Nigerian scam with Prince Nana. Please stop sending emails to my mama. Your little crown only costs $4. Buy a pair of shoes for the dude from Moana. Brian Cage realizing the dream. For once, you're not the most generic guy on the team. It seems that your whole entire day getting rearranged. You are now rocking with the Bang Bang Scissor Gang.
Okay, not his best.
Stop sending emails to my mama.
Not his best, but also not his worst.
It was great.
I
enjoyed it.
Yeah. Oh, well, anytime you get Max Caster rapping, it's a good time.
And the old leather handbag. I mean, Billy Gunn.
I was like Billy. Yeah. So with the men's.
I'm straight calling Bayley,
Okay.
not a curveball. I think it's her year because the other 3 horsewomen,
they've all had their titles,
and I do believe they've all won a women's rumble.
Becky, I know Charlotte has. Did Sasha? Sasha never did. Sasha never won one.
I don't know. Maybe.
But still, regardless, it needs to happen.
Right.
Okay, and with the men's, it's hard.
Hard to call a winner?
Yes.
Or hard to call surprise entries?
So surprise entrances, it's your typical guys. Booker T, I think he could be a surprise one. Even though it's not a surprise anymore, I think Booker T. A long shot?
Jerry the King Lawler.
Gross. The long shot, which I think the crowd would love, Wade Barrett. On a one time.
I would love that.
Just on one time. It doesn't have to wrestle all the time, but just as a surprise. If I heard like the whole bull hammer throw and him coming one time, I could see it happening. One time, Wade Barrett. Another person, it's not a surprise. I think it'll happen. I think Dwayne will show up for Royal Rumble.
Brock,
he's been already rumored to be there.
Bork.
There's another one that I thought about.
So, hot take here.
Mm-hmm.
Rhea Bloody Ripley.
You think Rhea shows up in the men's Rumble?
Yep.
It'd be funny. And I think Nia would too.
Also, I saw. This is so obviously on TikTok. You see the surprise entrant countdown, and it's the one I saw one today that was Aleister Black.
No, he's still in contract.
He's still under contract. I wouldn't be surprised to see Andrade.
That's another one. I think Andrade is a highly likely.
But I saw a rather interesting one today, and I was like, huh. That guy could probably still go.
Still goes old?
Didn't even think about it.
Who?
Sean Waltman.
X-Pac? I thought about that. I also saw something recently of a person that helped rehab a lot of these guys. I saw Mr. Diamond Dallas Page looking actually fit and funky fresh the other day, where he said he wants to get his body in shape and in tune. I think we might possibly see a Diamond Dallas Page sighting.
We're going to see your favorite wrestler of all time.
The Hurricane?
Hulk Hogan.
Did you see him on Monday Night Raw the other day?
Never say never, brother.
Oh, God, with those 28, 26, whatever kind of pythons.
Got one more in me, maybe.
Get the
fuck out of here, Hulk Hogan.
So this is a dark horse one. Do I think it will happen? No. But it is possible that Maxwell Jacob Friedman possibly could as well. I have read some recent reports. I have read some reports that he's in Tampa. I have read some reports that he's been seen with Cody.
Well, that doesn't surprise me.
They're good friends. Not best friends, but they're good friends.
Probably given him the...
this is a family show, sir. Nah, it's fine. Getting all sorts of jerk going
family show. He's probably jerking him off behind a dumpster at Denny's.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do to get the moons over Miami. Anywho, I have seen some interesting reports that Max possibly could be there. Might be a surprise entrant. But to get to the point, who is the winner of the Royal Rumble? So here's my opinion. It's not a great one. Here's a couple of options. The most obvious option...
the most obvious winner?
Unfortunately, to the world, it will probably be CM Punk.
$5 Phil, in the words of James E. Cornette.
I think he will be the one that wins it. Does he deserve that? No. But I think that's what we'll get, is Punk winning the Rumble. As a Dark Horse member, I don't think Cody would win it again. I think that's just too... Oh, by the way, another one, Braun Strowman. That's another surprise entrant might show up too. I think in a long shot, Dwayne might win if he shows up for the sake of being the head of the table kind of a thing.
Okay,
and possibly Gunther.
Gunther's not going to win.
He's going to be in the Rumble, though.
Right. He'll probably be in there.
He'll be there a while.
He's either going to come in at like 1 or 2 and be there the whole time, or he's going to come in at 30.
Yeah, I agree.
So, hot take here. Roman loses the belts.
At Rumble.
To who?
Who would you give it to?
Most likely candidate,
Randy Orton. Okay, fair. I agree with you.
But Randy doesn't pin Roman.
Yeah, no, he'll pin AJ or LA.
He hits an RKO on...
Yeah.
AJ Styles more than likely because he comes in for a phenomenal forearm and the RKO out of nowhere. Yeah. Roman's on the outside with a...
Yeah, I can see it. Or something. I think it'll be like finisher, and then pin. Whoever's left in the ring, for sure.
And then we get Rock versus Roman at Mania for the head of the table.
Okay, so you're saying a title drop, a surprise title drop.
Yep. Swerve!
Swerve. That's not a bad guess. I think, in a more, on my side, I think Roman wins. Roman wins with no tomfoolery, no craziness. It'll just be him.
I think there will be tomfoolery. Because it's a fatal four-way, there's no disqualifications. Yeah. And
I think we'll have a Good Brother sighting too. I think a Good Brother sighting will happen. Yeah,
we might get good old Doc Gallows.
I don't think anybody will come out for LA. I don't think anybody's close enough to LA to do it. Randy's on his own. I don't think anybody will come out for Randy either. But I think we'll have a Good Brother sighting. I think Roman will win. I think if they play it the way they should, I don't want it to be Phil, but if it's Phil won't go after Roman. Phil will go after Seth. And I think Seth loses the title, not at WrestleMania. I think he'll lose it at Elimination Chamber, because he's going to have to defend it in Perth.
Yeah. So, that being said, what I think is going to happen is we will have this potentially Seth losing it in Perth, and then we will get a cash in.
Yeah.
And Priest will successfully cash in. And then it'll be CM Punk, Damian Priest headlining night 1 of WrestleMania. Because Seth loses the belt, Seth goes home.
Yeah, Seth will be out for a year.
Takes a nap. Drinks some milk.
So, people, humanoids, tell us what you think.
Oh my God, they killed Prince Nana!
No, he's been dead for a while. Tell us what you think. Give us your opinions. With that being said, this is the end of the podcast for the evening on a Wednesday edition of GQ Wrestling Podcast. So,
it was the worst 3D I've ever seen.
Very true. With that being said, you can follow us on the social media. I changed up the Instagram to make it more fluent for everybody. It is just straight up GQ Wrestling Podcast, all one word. So you can go on Instagram, follow us on GQ Wrestling Podcast, all one word. You can also follow us on Twitter, aka X,
at GQ Wrestling Pod. Again, that is GQ a Wrestling Pod, all one word, no underscores, question marks, exclamation points, anything like that. I've been doing some TikToks. Probably gonna do one tonight when I get home.
And then I've been posting like a crazy person on the Instagram and making more things out there, more content out there.
And the book face.
You've seen if you follow me on Facebook. And then audio listeners, if you are listening, you want to watch us on the YouTube. It is just GQ, a Wrestling Podcast. All one word on YouTube. With that being said, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. If you're listening auditorily, thank you. But you're also missing a lot of fun on the YouTube.
Go to the YouTube. It's a lot more fun over there. It's
fun. With that being said, thank you again for watching. This is episode 2 on YouTube and episode 32 on the auditory. We, like we say every time, we bid you adieu. We thank you. Good night and bang.